dear viewers, and welcome to our show, Diet Myths. Today we're going to be talking to you about vitamins and their link with weight. Now, I'm sure many of you, when you come to think of vitamins, you're probably thinking of them as vitamins that help boost your immunity and boost your health. And when you're thinking of weight, you're probably thinking of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats as the major link to weight loss or weight gain. But a lot of recent studies have showed us that vitamins, as well as minerals, can play a role in how much you weigh or how much weight you want to lose. So please stay tuned because we will be talking about these vitamins and their link, as well as the many studies that have been conducted around them. The first study that's been conducted was in 2007, where they took several Americans and they tested out their vitamin level in their blood. And they realized that compared to normal adults, around 20% of the obese adults were lacking in vitamin A and magnesium, and as well as vitamin C. Calcium, as well as vitamin D and vitamin E, were other common vitamins and minerals that were found deficient in many of these people. So a lot of the researchers went in and looked further into the relationship between these vitamins and your weight, if there's any link with them. And they found huge links with the vitamins, the hormones that they can help produce or inhibit, and as well as your weight. Now, don't let, obesity or larger weights make you think that you cannot get your vitamins. The reason they linked obesity with vitamin deficiency is that most obese or overweight individuals tend to eat a lot of empty calories. So a lot of the food they eat just has the calories without any of the nutrients. There are, on the other hand, a lot of overweight or obese people that graze on a lot of healthy foods, so they are getting the vitamins. So just because you're getting the vitamins doesn't mean you will lose weight, but it can help. So please stay tuned so we can further talk about this topic. Welcome back, our dear viewers. So let's take a closer look at these vitamins and how they impact weight. So now calcium has been shown to really affect weight as well as bone structure. So it is very important that you make sure you get your calcium needs. And you'd be surprised to know that many people are lacking in calcium. And of course, when you think of calcium, you think of dairy products. But the two major vitamins that have been linked to weight are vitamin A and vitamin D. And vitamin D is especially important in this part of the world because we are mostly all vitamin D deficient in Kuwait. And we don't realize it because we do have the sunlight available. But vitamin D, for example, has been linked to the hormone ghrelin. And the hormone ghrelin is associated with hunger. So it's the hormone that triggers or signals to the brain to let you know that you are hungry and it's time for you to eat. And when you don't have vitamin D, the control of this hormone is just not very, restricted. And therefore you have excess amounts of these hormones and you're not really controlling whether you're hungry or not. And this hormone also encourages fat storage. So you will be storing a lot of fat. And that's where the association of, vitamin D deficiency and weight loss comes into play. So once you fix your deficiency in vitamin D, you could be reducing the amount of weight you're gaining. Vitamin A also plays, a major role in hormones. They still haven't identified which hormones, but again, these are the hormones that help your body store fat, which is the complete opposite of what you want. We do want our body to let go of fat and just keep what it needs. Now, I'm sure many of you are thinking, let's run to the vitamin supplement, aisle and get our supplements. You need to be careful because certain vitamins like A, D, E, and K, those can cause toxicity, so you cannot be taking too much of them.
A, C, E, D, B, K. No, this isn't some random out-of-order alphabet. These are vitamins. And just like letters build words, they're the building blocks that keep the body running. Vitamins are organic compounds we need to ingest in small amounts to keep functioning. They're the body's builders, defenders, and maintenance workers, helping it to build muscle and bone, make use of nutrients, capture and use energy, and heal wounds. If you need convincing about vitamin value, just consider the plight of olden-day sailors who had no access to vitamin-rich fresh produce. They got scurvy. But vitamin C, abundant in fruits and vegetables, was the simple antidote to this disease. While bacteria, fungi, and plants produce their own vitamins, our bodies can't, so we have to get them from other sources. So how does the body get vitamins from out there into here? That's dependent on the form these compounds take. Vitamins come in two types, lipid-soluble and water-soluble, and the difference between them determines how the body transports and stores vitamins and gets rid of the excess. The water-solubles are vitamin C and B complex vitamins that are made up of 8 different types that each do something unique. These are dissolved in the watery parts of fruits, vegetables, and grains, meaning their passage through the body is relatively straightforward. Once inside the system, these foods are digested, and the vitamins within them are taken up directly by the bloodstream. Because blood plasma is water-based, water-soluble vitamins C and B have their transport cut out for them and can move around freely within the body. For lipid-soluble vitamins, dissolved in fat and found in foods like dairy, butter, and oils, this trip into the blood is a little more adventurous. These vitamins make it through the stomach and the intestine, where an acidic substance called bile flows in from the liver, breaking up the fat and preparing it for absorption through the intestinal wall. Because fat-soluble vitamins can't make use of the blood's watery nature, they need something else to move them around. And that comes from proteins that attach to the vitamins and act like couriers, transporting fat solubles into the blood and around the body. So this difference between water or fat-soluble vitamins determines how they get into the blood, but also how they're stored or ejected from the body. The system's ability to circulate water-soluble vitamins in the bloodstream so easily means that most of them can be passed out equally easily via the kidneys. Because of that, most water-soluble vitamins need to be replenished on a daily basis through the food we eat. But fat-soluble vitamins have staying power because they can be packed into the liver and in fat cells. The body treats these parts like a pantry, storing the vitamins there and rationing them out when needed, meaning we shouldn't overload on this type of vitamin because the body is generally well stocked. Once we've figured the logistics of transport and storage, the vitamins are left to do the work they came here to do in the first place. Some, like many of the B-complex vitamins, make up coenzymes, whose job it is to help enzymes release the energy from food. Other B vitamins then help the body to use that energy. From vitamin C, you get the ability to fight infection and make collagen, a kind of tissue that forms bones and teeth and heals wounds. Vitamin A helps make white blood cells, key in the body's defense, helps shape bones, and improves vision by keeping the cells of the eye in check. Vitamin D gathers calcium and phosphorus so we can make bones, and vitamin E works as an antioxidant, getting rid of elements in the body that can damage cells. Finally, from vitamin K, we score the ability to clot blood, since it helps make the proteins that do this job. Without this vitamin variety, humans face deficiencies that cause a range of problems, like fatigue, nerve damage, heart disorders, or diseases like rickets and scurvy. On the other hand, too much of any vitamin can cause toxicity in the body. So there goes the myth that loading yourself with supplements is a great idea.
Please stay tuned and we'll be covering foods that will give you these vitamins without the toxicity. Welcome back, our dear viewers. So let's take a look at foods you can eat and you can find in your everyday kitchen that could give you these vitamins without the fear of toxicity. So when you're thinking of vitamin A, I want you to always think of brightly colored food. So those green, brightly green foods like broccoli or spinach, they'll be loaded with vitamin A, as well as the brightly red or orange colored foods. So things like sweet potato or tomatoes or carrots, those are rich in beta carotene. They will have large amounts of vitamin A. When you're thinking of vitamin D, nothing can give you a great supply like the sunlight can. Of course, if you cannot be out in the sun, and you need to be out in the sun without any sun protection, so without any sunblock. But if you can't, you can rely on eggs and wild salmon, but you would need to eat large quantities to, recover from that deficiency. Magnesium is another great mineral that will help you with weight loss and suppressing your appetite. When you're looking at magnesium, you get to indulge in the dark chocolate. So think of dark chocolate as a great source of magnesium for you. And of course, when we're looking at vitamin E, which could play an extremely important role in your health and regulation of hormones, look at those fatty seeds. So things like pumpkin seeds and almonds. So they're rich in the essential fatty acids, and they are rich in vitamin E. And of course, when it comes to calcium, you have dairy as a great source of calcium, but so is fish, or the small fish you can eat, like sardines with their bones, because the calcium is found in their bones, and when you eat it, you get a great dose of calcium. I really hope you can rely and go back to these foods to get all the vitamins you need. Always remember that consuming a diet that is varied in foods and nutrition and fruits and vegetables will always give you everything you need. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you all next time.